working?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So this is a thruster style setup. You see this on a lot of performance shortboards. Has 3 fins the same size, and this helps you drive and generate speed down the line. It's really good for performance orientated boards. It helps you build, and it is really maneuverable and surfable. So that's that one. Okay.
They're only 2.5 kilograms, right? This one.
These ones here, this one's probably even a little bit lighter. This is probably about 2 kilos. So,
I touched this before,
Yeah.
and it's like, darling, look, how light.
Yeah, okay.
It's really easy.
That's good. The weight helps a lot. When you have a light board under your feet, it's really easy to maneuver and throw the board around. So the 3 fins also help generate speed as well. So you can actually get to the sections that you want on the waves and actually do the turns that you'd like to.
3 fins instead of generate 5?
Correct. So the more or less with the 5 fins here, you'd still only use 3 or 4 at a time. So you'd use these 3, or you'd use these 4. Okay.
So you change whatever.
Correct. So the thruster fin setup is good for when it's a little bit smaller, or you want to generate a lot of speed, or you want to be able to surf top to bottom very easy and maneuver. Okay. When you'd use the 4 fins, is if the wave's got a lot of power by itself. Okay, and you want some more hold when you come in. Okay, so if you imagine if you paddle into a wave and it's really, really big and really, really steep, and you're coming down, your fins are what holding you into the face of the wave. Okay, if you slip out, then you're going to slide out and then you're going to come off the board. So what the quad does is it has 2 fins on the inside rail, so it has more fin in the water once you actually come down the face, and it's also faster because you don't have the drag here in the middle from the thruster fin. So if the waves are really, really powerful or really, really fast, then a quad fin setup works really, really well. But if you want to be able to maneuver and turn easier or generate your own speed, then the 3 fin setup's the best. Okay, so this is a twin fin. Okay, so this is something that you usually will see on fish style boards. And
What means fish style board?
this style here, so it's got quite a full nose and like a straight outline, and then it's got the big fish tail there. Okay, so these ones are quite straight through the middle of the board here, and the twin fin gives it a really traditional feel. Fishers are sort of retro style boards. They came about in the sort of 60s and 70s, and it's something that's made a little bit of a resurgence back in today. So the 2 fins, it makes it super fast. There's no drag there. You only have 2 fins in the board, and the super straight outline makes it very quick as well. So generally you'll only see twin fins on fish or retro style boards because they're not the most performance option. They're not the best for generating speed, but it gives people more of a traditional taste of what the retro style boards were. So that's a twin fin. So these ones have 2 plus 1.
2 plus 1. Okay.
So this here has a big central fin box. Okay, so you put a bigger center fin in there, and then you put smaller side bites in there. So having a big central fin is really good for long boards or bigger boards because it helps you maneuver the board better. You have such a long board here that you have a bigger fin area, and that helps you redirect easier. Okay, and actually change directions. And it also helps you if you want to do nose riding too. Once you walk up the front of the board, having the big fin here stops the tail from sliding out or losing control once you're on the front of the board.
And then they just walk in the front, and then they walk back again like this. So cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
But not me.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day my daughter is not.
More about me, I don't know.
Because Kiana is interesting and she look away the clip, like she show me, Mama, look at this, look at that. And she want to be like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, you will meet her one time.
Nice. So it's lunchtime now, so nobody's working. We can still have a little bit of a look around. So these are our shaping machines, so this is how we actually make the shapes of the boards. So we have 3 CNC machines here, and that's what we use to actually cut all the foam out. So we start with EPS blocks like this.
Where did you order all the foam from
So,
China?
so we get it in Bangkok. There's company up there that makes EPS. In the future, we'd like to make our own EPS as well, just to save the trucking and the shipping, because we need to get a big semi-trailer every week.
You can do this yourself, then you have the machine for it.
We have the machine here to slice the foam, so we can just take the big blocks and cut it to the size that we need, but we currently don't have the machine that we need to actually make the foam. So in the future, it'll be something that we'd like to set up out the back here, but for now, it's just a project that we'd like to do. So pretty much everything starts as a big block like that. We load it onto the machine here, and then we actually start to cut out the profile of the board. So we do a lot of...
How much are those?
These ones start at about 40,000 for one of the wooden ones. The other ones, the Sun's ones that we have, they're about 25,000. Yeah. So again, relatively price point. We have another sanding bay. We have a range of different boards here. So this is our lamination area where we put the fiberglass on all the boards. So they start out here without any fiberglass on them, and then we bring them here. We have the different rolls there, so for different types of boards we put maybe more fiberglass or less fiberglass. The boards are cooling down the whole time because they have air inside. If they were heating up, what would happen is they'd actually blow bubbles in the lamination, which is not what you want.
So this is a cooling room.
Yeah.
It's nice in here.
Yeah, it's nice. It's definitely a lot nicer in here than out there. It's another windsurf board here. We can do some foil boards and some other substances.
Kühlraum für die Surfbretter. Wussten wir alle, ne? Dass wir da einen Kühlraum brauchen.
Yes, that's very nice. Sometimes it's nice to just come in here and cool down a little bit after being outside.
Other workers like to come in.
Yeah.
It's not like a freezing room where they can't keep the meat.
Yeah, it's just nice.
Perfect temperature.
Here, so this is the final step. Quality control. So this is the QC/QA area. Over here, all the boards come to get all their fins and their pads. So we can go have a look at some things that are finished. The fins? Yeah, so we have all the fins as well here. Currently not. We don't manufacture them, but it's something that we will set up in the future as well. So it's better if we can manufacture everything because we have all the products to do it. Again, the fins are just strapped fiberglass and resin, so it enables us to use more of our waste. It's just something that we have to implement and set up too. So it all takes time. It'd be nice if it all just happened like that, but you got to slowly build, and sometimes like if you feel more comfortable because you know what you're on or what you're using. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it anyway. A little bit of a tour of the factory.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Sorry, what is your name again?
Dylan.
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 Like Bob Dylan.
Yep. Bob Dylan.
Well, Dylan is no problem. My name is Thomas.
Nice to meet you, Thomas.
And this is
Richard.
I live here 20 years already.
Okay. Nice. It's a beautiful spot.
Been here a long time.
40 years ago,
Yeah.
we produced kayaks.
Okay.
I was whitewater kayaker at that time,
Okay.
and we made kayaks for the customer.
Okay.
So width and length and
Yeah.
everything was according to the customer.
Easy.
That time only with fiberglass and epoxy.
Yeah.
That was all we did.
And molded?
We made the mold ourselves,
Yeah.
right? And then from the molds that we had so many for the different customers,
Yeah.
husband and wife,
Yeah.
different kayaks,
Yeah.
of course, you know.
Crazy.
But now 2-3 years. I think 2-3 years we did in our company.
Yeah.
And then one of ours, we were 8 friends who did together, and
okay.
one of them took over then, but he went to another place and then we lost contact. So
okay.
So das sind jetzt die Secondhand Surfboards. Suchen wir ja eins für die Kiana.
So we have lots of small paddle boards, but they're for supping. Like you could possibly surf them as well, but they're a little bit wide, so and they're maybe a little bit thick too. In the ideal range, there's probably not too much that we'd have. This would probably be the only thing that we'd have that would be suitable for at the moment. It's a 6'6" board, so it's a little bit shorter than the longboard style. It is quite wide though, and it has quite a lot of volume, so it will catch waves quite easily too. So the short boards like this, they're quite hard to move because it'd only be the sort of professional surfers or very small kids that could surf them. But anything in the mid-length to longboard range is very, very popular. So it's super sought after. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have too much around in that range at the moment. As I said, it's just like everybody comes in and that's what they're searching for.
It's good. Good for you.
It's not too bad at all.